Greetings. This is Shikama, Shikama Live of Shikama Live. Your host Kevin Cardinale. Continuing in my series with Leave Black People Alone. Right now, I just want to, in this video, I want to talk about the Young Turks. The Young Turks, I don't believe represents an actual liberal. First of all, the word liberal is the wrong word. At no point is any Democrat or any person ascribing to be a Democrat looking for to give liberty to people. They're not looking to give liberty to women. They're not looking to give liberty to black people. They're not looking to give liberty to children. They're not looking to give liberty to businesses. They're not looking to give liberty to anybody. They're not looking to give freedom of speech to black women, black children, black men, the black family, the black middle class, the black upper class. They're not looking to give the freedom of speech to any of the issues. You cannot have an opposing opinion on somebody who votes Democrat. They have a big, huge propaganda machine that calls themselves liberal, and what they have done is completely redefine the word liberal to mean socialism. And then they redefine socialism to mean somebody who espouses the notion of socialism, who is for who's for giving unwarranted funds to the unwashed masses. Um, what's really ridiculous is that a lot of our social programs go to middle class white women and middle class white children. That's the nasty truth. All of the liberal policies about school loan reform is for middle class white kids who belong to middle class white families. It is not liberal. There's nothing liberal about the party. There's nothing liberal about any of their policies. They do not want to hand out money to poor people. The fact that some poor people can get it is a miracle. And for black people, black poor people, all it has done is destroy the family. Because you cannot get assistance unless there is not a man present in the home. So, the notion that you're giving money to the unwashed masses is a lie. Only if your home is destroyed, your family is destroyed, and I mean destroyed. I mean, he doesn't even have visitation rights. If he doesn't have visitation rights, hold on. In order for you to get the benefits, you have to be in a situation where there is no man present. And I'm just concerned about black people. I don't care about white people at this point. There has to be no man present, including no man who has the ability to visitation rights of their children, because the visitation rights would mean that the man would be also financially responsible for their children. So, a smart human says, in order to get the benefits, I have to make my situation into those circumstances. So she gets full custody of the children. The man is out of the picture, and there goes that family. Is that dumb? Is that stupid? Is that whatever? Other than marrying into a middle class family, a black woman cannot be on her own. Now, let me back up for a second. I did say the majority, and I mean overwhelming majority. I mean numbers, actual numbers, of the recipients of these benefits are white women, not black. There's more white women on welfare than there are black people in the United States. It's just the numbers. It's just numbers. A lot of people like to say, "Oh, but there's a per capita, but there's a bit." No, they start counting children, and if a black woman with 5 children, she knocks out 5 other black women, and they count that as a percentage. It's not the woman that they're counting. They're counting children. They say, "Oh, there are 35%." No, it's not 35%. The middle class just have two kids. And they would only count 2 kids. Versus if a poor person has 5 kids, and they knock out what 3 families. They literally knock out 3 middle class families. If you do your stats that way, if you do your stats per capita, it's a very low number. It's a very low percentage number. Anyway, back to the Young Turks. The Young Turks call themselves liberal. They call themselves progressive, and they're progressive, progressive, progressive. All of these terms were for the Republicans before. The Republicans were liberal. Why were they liberal? Because they were the liberating party. They ran on a platform of liberating the slave and the abolition of slavery. They ran on a platform of the equality of men, and a man is only good when he is free and able to stand on his own 2 feet, which also means that the man didn't get welfare. They ran on a platform of being progressive, that to look towards the future is to look to the past of being free, past of George Washington and Jefferson, of being free. That was progressive. That was liberal. They took over. They were losing the battle. Let's go back to 1913, something like that. They were losing the battle, hands down. So then they started taking over the colleges, Rockefeller and all of his cronies. And now you have a complete redefinition of what is socialism, what is liberal, what is progressive, and the Young Turks are firmly behind all of this shenanigans. They're not liberal. They're not progressive. They're not here to progress humanity. They're not here to bring about a new age of enlightenment. They're not here to bring a new golden age for the United States. In fact, the entire Democratic Party is against a golden age of the United States. They're against a golden age, a new renaissance in Harlem for Black Harlem. They're against anything like that. They're not for black people, that's for sure. Uh, they're insulting Alan West. They're insulting pizza guy. What's his name? the CEO in what is it, Darden? I don't know what corporation that is. Any black uh, uh, conservative, as the term is called, um, saying that they are saying that they're an insult to their race. These Iranian and white people, or Middle Eastern and white people, which is white to begin with, it's all from the Caucasus Mountains to begin with. They're transplants. Are calling a black man a disgrace to his race. The only person who can call a person of that race a disgrace to his race or community would be somebody from that community. It is beyond insulting that somebody else, especially a white person, will call a black person a disgrace to the world. They leave that to black people. The Young Turks is not for black people. The Young Turks isn't really for America, but that's a completely different debate that I'm not trying to even get into right now. Thank you.